What does it take to get to the top 3 of any solo event? Crystal errors are a massive headache for players. Cosmic Ghost Rider enters the basic crystal and much, much more. Yes, hello everybody, welcome back to the Marvel Contest of Champions news show for Wednesday.
Chimichangas!
Now, there's lots of info to keep you up to date with, so make sure to hit the like button and subscribe with post notifications on all. Because a Deadpool head wants you to.
Bob? Hey Bob, you mind grabbing some extra toilet paper? And a sandwich.
Just before we cover the Marvel Contest of Champions news, shout out to those that support the channel through the medium of YouTube membership and Patreon services. Thank you so much. You're on screen now. Thank you for keeping the support of the channel. And as well, those that support over on twitch.tv/RichTheMan live, where I predominantly do a lot of my live streaming. Information can be found in the description. But thank you so much to those that do tier 1 subs. Those that do the Prime gaming. So if you have Amazon Prime, you can give a free Twitch sub. Thank you so much. And as well, those that do bits and support the channel over there. So thank you all. Now the first thing up is to talk about the ban situation. If you don't know, yesterday I did a video talking about the 7.1 bans, or the potential Legends runs associated bans. It's not 100% guaranteed that that is indeed the case, but it looks more than likely that is something that is playing out around this. Does this mean that people could get their Alliance War season rewards still? Yes, but it does impact the way and the extent of grind that an Alliance may be doing. And a lot of people have top end been kind of caught out by this, and does that affect their Alliance Wars season progression? Maybe, but are they still going to get rewards? Possibly. If the Alliance doesn't think, oh, I'll just kick that person, or Alliance leader will kick that person out. So that's something to bear in mind. Either way, it's been covered. Link is in the description to the video that covered it yesterday. Next up is your reminder about Marvel Insider. So we've got 1 week left until the event is gone. And it's always important to, if you haven't grind out things like Heroic, maybe you're doing it for the points of Marvel Insider. And the rewards, if you get them like now, the bundles are actually really good. They're giving out a nice amount of revives and health potions and energy refills. So this is a good opportunity to gather more points and especially save up for maybe the next time. If you've bought this month, like by the next time that there's something good that drops into the reward scheme for games. Next up, CBR.com does a little bit of an article on Marvel Contest of Champions. I thought it was kind of cool to see CBR.com cover Marvel Contest of Champions. It's a massive site, and especially the scope of comic book related and fantasy and other stuff coverage that the site actually does. Especially to go as far as to talk about the way that they created a mini universe within this particular game, and the expanding universe with other games as well. Now, I don't know where the source is for this to kind of say, or at least hint at this, but there's a point in saying the title plans to release more content as the years continue. This could include even more games that tie into the story and perhaps crossovers with other characters. I mean, look, we have Marvel Realm of Champions. I don't know specifically if it feels like this is a crossover type thing, especially with it being its own narrative of playstyle. Essentially what we'd have to say is like, well, the next type of Kaban-based game could be something like Marvel Marvel Strategies of Champions, and that's like a top-down strategy turn-based game. You know what I'm trying to say? It's like, well, is that what we're saying? It's like, well, there's different of Champions versions, like Strategies of Champions, Realm of Champions, Contest of Champions. If we're going down that route, then yeah, okay, I think that would be coolish to a degree, but yeah, I don't think that they anytime soon are going to plan to do that. But you know, we'll have to see. You can check out the full article, which is available in the link in the description over on CBR.com. Next up, and shout out to Acey MCOC. One thing that I've always had a bit of an interest in is, what does it take to get yourself right at the very top of some of these solo events, especially the extent of points that you have to put down in order to get something good from it. Well, I say something good because, let's face it, the rewards aren't exactly amazing, especially for those that extensively grind this particular type of solo event. It would be good to see some kind of unique title of some description. You can see that Acey fronted 6.6 million points. That is a hell of a lot of points. And yes, people would question the rewards. They're going like, well, is it worth the grind? But it's one of these things that if you're looking to do it, What does it take? And what position do you indeed get? And 6.6 mil points is only enough, as you can see on screen. Position number 3. Now, it's kind of coincidental that the first two are kind of similar in name, same alliance. But, you know, they could be excessive grinders. I don't know. However, though, what I do know is that a lot of time and effort was put in by Acey to do the grind. So it's a case of like, that's what you get for your time. And he does make further plans to try and get a more kind of like #1 spot in the future. This could be a case of people were grinding for something in arena or whatever reason. On a different day, maybe that would have been #1 with 6.6 mil. But, you know, good luck to anybody that attempts this. I myself want to do Warbound at some point in arena, but that's going to take a lot of my life and a lot of my time. So, yeah, maybe I will, maybe I won't. Also, next up, bit of a reminder, if you don't know already, Cosmic Ghost Rider has entered the basic pool. Now, whether or not you're more interested in going the featured side of things and the featured route, that's going to be your thing. Is it likely that in a massive pool you will get Cosmic Ghost Rider? It is actually a slimmer chance. But for those interested, at least to go like it takes you a lot longer to get a single 5-star, you may go and just pull the trigger for a basic, or you may wait for dual class crystals when the champion is entered into those. But yeah, that's your kind of like your options there: dual class or basic, depending on where you are in the game, what you want, and yeah, very much good luck to anybody. Hope you get him. Okay, a couple of things to mention with this particular post. Bugged crystal in featured 5-star. This post here actually comes in line with somebody contacted me and said that they'd had a problem with champions not being registered when they had pulled them. So say, and I think it was somebody contacted me about the gold pool crystal, that somebody claimed that they got gold pool from the recent crystals, the pool's gold crystals, and for whatever reason it didn't acknowledge that that was the case. And that's the thing, if you do feel that you haven't got what you saw that you got at the point of the crystal finishing, and then say it comes up with this or something else, do a support ticket with Kabam, go to your settings, do so come to support, you're able to give your feedback. Now, this came up for somebody here, so saying please explain, but you know, there's the error. Couldn't afford the gacha spin. Well, I go to the doctor about that if that's the case. So someone explained, I've lost 15k 5-star shards and got 0. Did you check your alliance fee to make sure that you didn't get dupe? And Cam said yes. It said Red Goblin in chat. I had him rank 345 unduped, and he's still unduped. No ISO in inventory. 6-star shards. Nothing. And then Kabambu has basically said, please reach out to the support team and they'll be able to look into your account, blah, 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 and all that stuff. However, though, Cam was saying, support contacted me and told me I pulled an Immortal Abomination. Funny, I had already unduped and he's still unduped. I'm not accepting this response and I'm very much upset. Such false statement from support. So that's interesting as well. Now we can't see that evidence, right? We can't see that evidence on screen for this, so I can't 100% guarantee that that is indeed the case. However, though, that is something that is not very good. It's actually, it's really bad. Especially if they're saying, like, if you pulled Mortal Abomination, you already had him before, but it's like the dupe hasn't even registered. Even in the Alliance feed that he's saying, like, if it's coming up with, for whatever reason, 4-star for this person, 3-star for this, 5-star from the featured crystal, then you go, hey, that's me. I'm in the Alliance feed. That's me. That's my stuff. So yeah, I don't get that. That's such a weird situation. Would be nice to see some screenshots of the player's account just to kind of like verify this, to kind of go like, you know, Kabam's in the wrong here. But yeah, like if that is indeed the case and indeed is correct, then that is pretty darn disappointing right there. And now moving on to the subject of well, things not going right and kind of the victims of what they're instructed. So for a lot of people, you'll be aware of the credit system. The minus units credit system is something that is to combat those that do fraudulent things with the game. So if you've got like if you bought a gift card from some random person that had used a credit card to purchase said gift card, which you then activated on iTunes or Google Play, you are going to be hit with a minus or credit, in credit, minus unit situation. And this is something that can be used when, you know, something like, say, Kabam do something wrong. Say with a piggy bank, something goes wrong. And Kabam say, if you ask for a refund, you can get a refund. But at that situation, you are given minus units. That can have an impact then on you if you are a player that likes to spend a little on the game. There's nothing wrong with putting money into the game, and there's nothing wrong with being a free-to-play player in the game. Both types of player need to exist for games to go on. That's how this situation works. Developers can't work for free. Games companies can't work for free. Shareholders are applicable as well. And Netmarble that owns everything. But anyway, back to the point. And this is the situation that I think is just annoying and wrong. Especially if Pyrida says this credit thing is annoying. I have the same issue since 2 days now. I didn't receive a purchase, which is a big issue in any case, if indeed correct, because there's no proof of that. I contacted support and they told me to do a refund. That's the problem. That I don't think that Kabam should be advising that on that particular circumstance because of what it leads to. After that, I got penalised by this credit block. Now I wait since 2 days for any reaction from their support. And even though it's like, you know, Kabam is putting this info here. And that's going to be the thing, isn't it? A further question saying, are there real people at your support team, or do you just have bots that use the same text module over and over again? No answer on my inquiry. I spent money here because monthly subscribe sigil. Don't know how to fix this issue with them. So, look, at the end of the day, there's nothing to substantiate some of the people's claims. But at the same time, if Kabam are advising people to do refunds, therein lies the problem, because then that's creating a situation of the contest credit, which is putting people in negative credit situations. So that is really, really annoying to find out that that is the case. I hope that this is something that can be resolved for those players saying that they have legitimate concerns. I hope they are like completely correct, because that's a lot of things. We have to kind of take it at face value of what we see here. Like, we can't see any receipts, any like stubs of any kind of payment things, any proof of purchases, those kind of things to kind of say like, yeah, those players are in the wrong or they're in the right. But still, if that's being advised by Kabam to say do refunds, and then it leads to that is not very good. Not very good at all. That's not on and needs to be sorted out. You can't advise those people to do that if it's going to negatively affect their account, if they like to spend a bit on the game. It then stops people's interest with spending money on the game, and then therefore kind of like reduces down the trust element with this kind of stuff. The causality is kind of like is not correct in this circumstance. And now we go on to a final story, which is arena predictions. Super Skrull as a 5-star, I just feel that even Super Skrull in general just falls into this character profile of he's a bit of a cosmic, he's a bit of a this, he's a bit of that. He does alright amount of damage. He's fun-ish, but I just don't think he's going to go into the same lines of like a 60 plus mil. And I'm going to predict 55 mil for the 5-star, and I do think that will probably be a lot lower when the results come in, but 55 mil I'm strong with. The 4-star, 10.5 mil, and then Iceman as the basic 4-star, 1.8 mil, because, you know, it's a good enough champion still. Main immunities, kind of fun, but I can see that champion dropping down to at least 1.6, 1.7 mil when it's all said and done on Sunday. But yeah, that has been the Marvel Contest of Champions news show for Wednesday. Thank you so much for watching and supporting. Make sure to check out some recent content posted up above there. Rich's Realm, where I post Marvel Realm of Champions content over there. Go and check it out, and I'll see you very soon. Bye-bye.